Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Call me Kinfolk here. How you guys doing? Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna have some fun today. Mm-mm. Unbelievable how many dumb motherfuckers are still out there debating this stuff, you know? Unfucking believable. Okay. All right. The audio is good. The quality is good. We can get started with the presentation. We got a lot to talk about today. Um, yeah. Just anybody can just give me a thumbs up in the chat. I'll really appreciate it. I don't know what's going on. It says that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Why do you always messing with my streams, man? Mr. Josh Hart. I'm just waiting for somebody to give me a thumbs up before we start. I don't want to, do the live stream and then not have anyone hear what I'm saying. So once we get the thumbs up, I'll start. Somebody typed in first instead of telling me if the audio is good. Oh, come on, man. Can someone please confirm if the audio is working, please? Thanks a lot, Brian. Appreciate that. Oh, man. I guess you guys can't hear me if you guys are not responding to what I'm saying, right? Okay, so the audio is good. I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you. All the people watching, somebody could have been wrote that, but it is what it is. Okay, so look. So 2 weeks ago, I made a video and I was talking about the Josh Hart injury. Remember when they was playing the Celtics during Game 5 and he supposedly cut his left eye right above his eyelid. And I was saying in that video why it's all fake. These injuries are all fake, right? And then someone sent me the post-game interview of Josh Hart speaking about the Game 6 loss to the Pacers, something that we called in advance for all you haters out there. It was pretty easy to see. The Knicks picked up their 39th loss of the season, finished 61-39 for the season when New York Knicks is 61 and New York is 39. I know a lot of people talking about what happened to the Dodgers yesterday. Did you guys see the final score? If you saw the video, what was the number that I was talking about yesterday? Wasn't it 37. I thought that the Yankees were going to pick up that 37th win of the season because both teams share this 37 connection. Yankees equals 37 and Los Angeles equals 37. And we was talking about how the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, Yamamoto, can become 7-3 with a win. And look what they did with the final score. The Yankees won 7-3, and the Dodgers lost 3-7. Right? Reflections of each other. In that video, I also mentioned the concerns for the Dodgers, which was the Yankees picking up that 36 win because Dodgers equals 36, and it was 36 days after Aaron Judge's birthday. If you guys are not listening to the video, then you should not be betting on sports. When we have games with two narratives, we also have to also pick a narrative, right? We can't just, I'm not going to come on a live stream and say free pick and then give you guys two narratives. I'm not going to do that. I have to pick what narrative makes the most sense. In my opinion, because I know that the 37 was going to play, I should have knew that they was going to mock us with the final score. But what I've noticed in past history, they call in baseball, when two teams have a number in common, like the Yankees and Dodgers, where they both have the 37 in common, that's usually the number that they go with. Now, where I was wrong is they didn't go with it on the record. Instead, what they did was the final score, they paid tribute to the number in the final score, 7-3. When Los Angeles Dodgers equals 73, and again, the reflection of that is 37, and Yankees and Los Angeles both equates to 37. I did mention the concern for the Dodgers because I said, you know what, I have to at least let people know that the Yankees could pick up that 36 win because Dodgers does equal 36, and it is 36 days after Aaron Judge's birthday. So I have to mention that because that was a concern. But again, if there's two narratives, we have to pick one. Are we always going to pick the right narrative? No. Those of you leaving comments under my Dodgers video, why don't you leave a comment under the Pacers video when we called the Pacers winning in 6 games and picking up that 62nd win of the season, becoming 62 and 36 to go and play the 36 team, the Thunder. Nobody left a comment under that video, right? You see, you trolls are the worst type of people in the world. Like, you guys are pathetic. You guys stand in the background, wait for something to be wrong, and then you want to shed light on it. Like, oh, man, I lost some money on the Dodgers, man. Yeah, but what about all the money that you made? Because if you're betting on the things that I'm saying, that means you're also betting on the things that I'm getting right. So that means you made money with the Pacers. Did you guys see how it was like in that other live stream I did, Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals? I made $150 right on the live stream. Did you guys not see that? And go back and watch the live stream towards the end. The Knicks had a 20-point. The Pacers had a 20-point lead with like about 30 seconds left in the game. And on FanDuel, they had the line at Knicks plus 18.5. And you know why I took that? Because of the experience, right? If the Pacers have a 20-point lead, why would Vegas still have a line open? Let me see if I can go back to. Oh, let me just show you guys my balance, right? My Caesars balance. Look at this, you guys. You see, I walk it and I also talk it. All right, I walk it and I talk it. You see, look, hi Arthur, this is my account. Oh, look at my balance, you guys. Does it look like I'm doing bad at sports betting? Huh? Does it look like I'm doing bad? Does it look like I don't know what I'm doing? Does it look like I'm guessing? It doesn't look that way. I make a lot of money doing this stuff. I know what I'm doing. All right? So you trolls need to disappear. Because while you're leaving comments, I'm withdrawing big money. So you can either get with the program or just disappear. One. Look at this. This is the game I'm talking about here, right here. Look. So look, the Knicks was plus 18.5. This was like about, I made $110. I thought I said 150. I made $110. This was almost, the game was almost over when I placed this bet. But the reason I did that is because of the significance of the number 125. That was a big number during game 1. And I'll go back. Let me show you guys the box score real quick. You see how the Pacers won with 125 points? Remember, game one, they went to overtime. The game was tied at 125 and 125. And I think either the Pacers or the Knicks evened the series at 125 wins even. Yeah, I think that's what it was, yeah. Big number this series, 125. But look, right here, right? So, right when Tyrese Halliburton made this 32-foot three-pointer, the Pacers went up by 20 points. It was 125 to 105. So there was less than a minute left. But Vegas, they still had the line open even though there was a minute left. And that's usually not the case. Usually when there's a minute left, there's no more betting. They close out the line unless it's a tight game. Sometimes they'll leave the line open, but usually when there's a minute left, they close it out. Maybe in other sports books it's different, but on Caesar's Sportsbook, that's how it works. Usually a minute left, no more bets. But they kept it open at 18 and a half. I'm like, okay, they're trying to bait because the reason the reason they did that is because since the Pacers had a 20-point lead, they were trying to bait people to take the Pacers to cover that 18 and a half. Because now people are looking at it like, oh, they got a 20-point lead. The Knicks just finished missing 2 free throws. Actually, I think this was the moment when I placed the bet. When after he missed the 2 free throws, they still had the line open. But then look what happens. With 9 seconds left in the game, and this is why so many people lose their money. Right? The Pacers had a 20-point lead, right? The shot clock violation, they turned the ball over, and the Knicks decide to shoot a 3-pointer with just 9 seconds left. You got to ask yourself why. Why didn't the Knicks just run out the clock and end the game? The game is over. What's the point of shooting a 3-pointer with 9 seconds left if you're down by 20? What is the point of that? Well, there is a reason for that. First of all, these numbers are all ritualistic, so they need the final score to be perfect. The second reason is because they know they baited a lot of people to take the Pacers negative 18 and a half. And there's probably people who took that bet. The reason I took that bet is because the reason I didn't take that bet and I took this bet instead is because I knew how significant the number 125 was. So I said, you know what? How perfect would it be for the Pacers not to score anymore, finish this game with 125 points, and then have the Knicks come and cover the 18 and a half point spread, because that's what they always do. That's where experience happens at. I've noticed this stuff. The reason they kept the line open is because the Knicks was going to cover the spread. They was trying to bait people to take the Pacers. But I know better than that. And notice the Pacers won by 17 points when NBA equals 17. Big number with them. Okay? Again, does it look like I don't know what I'm doing? Especially, I know Topsy, you're watching because you text me this morning to be, oh, the Dodgers, oh, you're so cocky. Topsy, this is why I'm cocky, Topsy. While you're over there broke, wondering why your decodes are not working, I'm over here cashing out. Am I gonna win every time? No, I'm not gonna win every day. But I'm doing pretty good, Topsy. Sit back and learn, because there's a lot of things you don't know. Okay, I wanted to get that out the way. But this is what I wanted to really talk about this video, right? So, again, this was Josh Hart after the game. Okay, look at this. If you guys didn't know, right, Josh Hart supposedly got 15 stitches after that injury. So look, this was reported by The Score. And he actually said it in this interview. Matter of fact, we're gonna watch this interview too. Josh Hart had to get 15 stitches. I don't know. Let's listen to Josh Hart say that out of his own mouth.
Side, but I felt the first stitch that was here. I felt that one. I was like, damn, that's kind of tough. But then did that. Then I had to get it redone the next morning.
Didn't you get way more the next morning?
Yeah, so like they did like 4 the day of the like during the game to just get it closed, and then I went the next morning. I ended up getting like 14 or 15. I had to get like 5 on the inside. They were just like the cut was just hella deep, like it went all the way to like the bone. So they were like I had to like get 5 on the inside. I think I had like 8 on the outside, and then they did like a couple like crossing. So
I already saw a few T-shirts pop up, but we might need to do one. I saw one of them, and I was like, obviously they were using your face or whatever, and I was like, yo, are you gonna jokingly? I was like, are you gonna send a cease and desist? And Shannon was like, I already bought one.
Yeah, I got one. I said, hell, let them go out there and get their money, bro. We cool.
Facts.
Yeah, let them get it how they live, bro. Just all they got to do is just send me a free one. We good.
I had to get 15 stitches and 14 stitches. Shut the fuck up. Only stupid motherfuckers fall for that shit. Like Topsy. Only people like Topsy fall for that bullshit. Now look at this guy's eye. This was him in this post game interview. All right, let's just let's just get the ad out of the way. Okay, so look. So we're gonna get a nice little shot at Josh Hart's eye. But just this is the photo. This is a screenshot that I was able to take. Now, does his eye look like he got 15 stitches? 15 stitches where? Where? Not a scar. Not nothing. This was 17 days ago. This injury happened 17 days ago. Game 5 of the semifinals, Knicks and Celtics. Where's the scar? 15 stitches? Really? Huh. Okay.
Well, not much to be start 0-2. We'll take working out game. Ended the step.
Came out series.
That's
From Boston in the second round, just to be proud of.
handled it. You have to look up and we made it. And there's the guy is good in the business. We're sick. I'm so
Sounds like same.
might not.
Okay, look. So this was the moment I was able to take the screenshot. Just look when he turns his face. Take a look at his eyelid. You tell me if this man got 15 stitches.
Be back in totality.
Josh, you
Last one, guys.
had the same starting 5 for pretty much the whole season. What was the challenge like adjusting once you guys switched it up middle of the series? Adjusting once you guys switched it up the season.
Where's the 15 stitches at? Where's the scar? And shouldn't his eye still be purple? 2 weeks. It's pretty new injury. Because if you guys look at the original injury, his eye was purple. I'm not sure how they're doing it. This is the magic. This is why this stuff is able to fool people. That's why they call it magic. Well, his eye was never purple. But look, okay. Look at this, right? So, look at this supposed injury, right? Right. This was 17 days ago, and this is him after the game 6. Look at the chat. See what you guys think. Okay. Thanks a lot, Nate. Appreciate that. You thought I wish I would interview Josh Hart. Call him out on his fraudulent stitches. Yes, Nate. I'm not using the stream, y'all, so I'm not able to put you guys' comments on the screen. But Nate wrote, your eye will never look clear like that after a traumatic injury like that. Exactly, especially 2 weeks. No way. So of course, people like Jay Reezy says that he got 5 under his eye, and he's supposed to be healed in 2 weeks. Okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. You're trying to tell me 5 stitches is the same as 15 stitches when this guy just said in the interview that the cut hit his bone. So this was a deep injury. And you're telling me that in 2 weeks it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. In just 2 weeks. You guys can believe whatever you want, you know? I can't force this information on you guys. The point is, they're faking the injuries. The games are all rigged and scripted. Every player's in on it. Point blank. If you guys don't want to understand that, that's your problem. This is just clearly not for you. Okay, moving on, right? Because I don't want to stay on that too long. Oh my gosh. Let me guess. Kobe's having another child? Oh, she's not pregnant. Okay. Maybe Kobe came down from heaven and fucked the shit out of Vanessa. Okay. There was something else I wanted to discuss. Oh, speaking of Rihanna, you guys saw Rihanna's photo here? Okay. You guys saw what she did with her father? Who died at the age of 70, the guy named Fenty. Fenty, dead at 70. Fenty, dead at 70 in the year 25. When death is 25 and 20. 2025, dead at 70. Rihanna's father. There he is. Rihanna's father, Ronald Fenty, dead at 70 in the year 2025 on the last day of May. So Jay Reezy says, it depends how deep the cut is for how long the scar will take. Or okay. Now we got a bunch of doctors in the chat. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. Because I'd rather ask an AI than ask some of these idiots on the chat. So, how long does a cut that required 15 stitches take to heal completely? The healing time for a cut that requires 15 stitches depends on several factors, including the location of the cut, depth, severity, your overall health, and how well it's cared for. However, here's a general timeline. Okay. Initial healing is 1 to 2 weeks. Stitches are usually removed. Facial wounds. Okay, so 5 to 7 days, they remove the stitches. During this time, the skin begins to close and form a protective barrier. 2 to 6 weeks, immediate healing. The wound continues to strengthen. Okay. Complete healing. It should take from 6 weeks to several months. You know, this photo looks like his wound completely healed, if you ask me. So according to ChatGPT, this is an estimate. I mean, you tell me. This looks like it completely healed. I don't see a scar. I don't see anything. It says here that a complete heal. Okay, so tissue remodeling continues as collagen is deposited and reorganized. Scars may fade and flatten out over time, especially with good care. But that still doesn't mean that the scars are going to fade in a 2-week period. The first 2 weeks, that's where the initial healing happens, where they're removing the stitches, stuff like that. And then this seems accurate, because according to what he said in the interview, the scar hit his bone. That's why he needed so many stitches. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. Yeah, exactly. Magic Stitches. Yeah, Magic Stitches. Yep, that's what it was. It was Magic Stitches. Oh boy. Oh, so look at this, guys. So the Pacers and the Thunder, they have made and missed the playoffs the exact same year since 2010. Keep in mind that this is they're calling this the Paul George Finals because Paul George started his career with the Pacers, then got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But look at this. In 2010, they both made the playoffs. In 11, they both made the playoffs. All the way to the year 14 when they both missed the playoffs. Then they both made the playoffs for 5 straight years. And then 3 straight years, both teams missed the playoffs. Last year, they both made the playoffs. And then this year, they both made the finals. They've been mirroring each other since 2010. How perfect is that, right? Perfect script. And also this. Remember what we said about them paying tribute to the 2000 NBA Finals? Because that was the last time the Pacers went to the NBA championship. That was the year that the Pacers beat the Knicks in 6 games. And, of course, this year the Pacers beat the Knicks in 6 games again. And then in the year 2000, they went on to play the number 1 seed, the Lakers. That was the year that Kobe Bryant won his first championship after he got traded from Charlotte. Now this year, the Pacers are going to play the 1 seed, the Thunder, after SGA got traded from Charlotte on draft day to go join the LA team, the Clippers. So this is a nice little Kobe tribute. Looks to me, I'm reading this as SGA beating the Pacers, winning his first championship against the Pacers, paying tribute to Kobe Bryant, who also won the Pacers after being traded on draft day by the Hornets and sent over to LA. So SGA and Kobe Bryant are the only 2 players to get traded from Charlotte on draft day. And now they're both about to win their first championship against the Pacers. What are the odds? What are the odds? All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about, you guys. Yeah, I don't want to. There's nothing to debate. It's obviously fake. Yeah, I don't know why they keep messing. I try to use OBS. I try to use StreamYard that Verizon offers. So I don't know. It's obviously not that. So I don't know what it is. So I apologize if the stream is jumping. So yeah, Kobe would have been 47 years old. Indiana equals 47. That's a good point. That's another good point, Nate. Shout out to Nate for doing good work. Yeah, he says the Pacers are currently 58 years old as an organization. Yeah, that makes sense. With all the 58 rituals we've seen with the Pope. And funny, they got speaking of the Pope Leo the 14th, they got the 1 seed versus the 4 seed in the NBA Finals. All right, so I'll leave it there. Thanks everybody for joining us today. And again, more proof of how they're faking everything. Everything is fake in the NBA, you guys. Yes, the players are in on it. Okay, Topsy? Wake up. Okay, buddy? It's not rigged.